Hey guys, thanks for stopping in. I'm going to do something I've never done before and try doing a spatchcock chicken, which is where you take a whole chicken and you cut the backbone out and then you open it up like that and cook it like that. I usually just cook chicken halves, so I was wondering, is there an advantage to doing a spatchcock chicken versus just cooking the chicken halves? And I googled that and I couldn't find anything on it, so I'm going to do the comparison myself. So let's get cooking. Most of the spatchcock chicken that I've seen in videos on YouTube are larger birds than this. This is a 3.19 pound bird, but for the sake of comparison in this video, I bought chickens that were the same size. So I bought 2 halves and then 1 whole bird here. So the whole chicken was $2.19 per pound, and the halves are $2.49 per pound. So it's a little bit more expensive to buy the halves. It's about 30 cents per pound. So on like a 3-pound chicken, a little over a 3-pound chicken, you're gonna pay about $1 more for 2 halves than 1 whole chicken, which if you're just buying a little bit of chicken like I am here, it's not that big of a deal. If you're buying a lot of chicken like to feed a crowd, then that could add up. Now, these 2 chickens I'm gonna cook exactly the same. Probably just rub some olive oil on them and maybe put a little barbecue rub on them. This one here, I put in marinade last night and put it in the refrigerator. Now my marinade is some of this Italian dressing, and I just mixed it up the way the instructions on the box say, but I used red wine vinegar because I feel like with poultry you get a little bit more flavor with red wine vinegar versus like apple cider vinegar. So let me get these 2 chickens rinsed off and then we'll see if we can cut that spine out of that whole chicken. I have never done this before, and a while back this company Till Harvest sent me these gentle giant pruners and they wanted me to try them out because I told them I have thoracic outlet syndrome and my arms hurt all the time, so they wanted to see, these are supposed to be ergonomically correct, and they wanted to see how I would like them. And I was just thinking, I've been using them in the kitchen some, and I'm wondering how they'll work to cut the backbone out of this chicken. Well, looks like it's working pretty good so far. I don't know that I've ever seen anybody use pruners in the kitchen to cut up a chicken, but hey, it's doing a pretty good job here. Kind of doesn't want to cut through that little bit of skin there, but okay, maybe grab a knife for that to get that little bit of skin at the end. Okay, now see if I can get the other side. I might have to turn the chicken around. Just go on that side of the neck right there. Might have to come back and get that skin with a knife. Wow, look at this. This works pretty good. This is cool. Goes right through those bones. It's easier than using a knife. I don't cut my finger off here. Okay, now I'll just take my knife and get that little bit of skin there. Get this skin on the end. Look at that. Backbone came right out. Nice. Alright, I'm gonna, like I said, I'm just gonna rub some olive oil on the outside of these and this and the other half and put a little barbecue rub on it, and I'll meet you guys outside at the grill. Okay, I'm all set. I'm using Royal Oak lump charcoal. My coals are on the back of the grill. Have a brick there to kind of hold them in place. Cooking indirectly. That's the spatchcock chicken there. That's the marinated half there. That's the regular half there. One thing I'm thinking is on these halves, see that breast meat is exposed, where on the spatchcocked one, it's not. So maybe the breast meat will come out a little bit moister. I really don't know. That's what we're going to find out. So I'll get the lid on and we'll let this cook. It's been about 20 minutes, so I'm going to check on this. Probably time to flip these. Oh yeah, look at that. Looks pretty good. All right. Let's get the lid back on and let them cook a while longer. It was kind of interesting because these all cooked in different times. This is the unmarinated half, and it cooked the quickest. I just checked them with my quick read thermometer and pulled each piece off as the breast meat hit about 160 degrees. Then I covered them. They usually keep cooking for a while once you pull them off. So I'm just going to cut into the breast meat and see how it looks, because that's usually what's either dry or moist. The dark meat always turns out good. So this took about 45 minutes, and that looks pretty darn good. This is the unmarinated half, I said. Oh, that's pretty juicy. That looks really good, actually. That first piece turned out really good. This was the second piece to be done, and this one took about an hour. I can cut through the bone. That actually looks pretty juicy too. I don't know if it's quite as juicy. No, it might be as juicy as the other one. This is the marinated half. Like I said, it took about an hour. Let's taste that one. This one turned out nice and juicy too, and it probably had a little bit more flavor than the other one because of the marinade. But you notice the skin didn't brown very well on this one, on the marinated one. So that's kind of interesting. All right, let's grab the spatchcocked one and see how that one turned out. Now we'll move on to the spatchcock chicken, and this one took the longest to cook. This took about an hour and 10 minutes, about hour and 10 or 15 minutes, but it's because, you know, it's a whole chicken, so it took a little longer to cook through. Let's cut into that and see how that is. Well, that's pretty moist as well. Did pretty good on all of these. Let me try a bite of this one. So, what is my conclusion? Well, the chicken turned out good both ways. The chicken halves are nice because they cook a little bit faster and they're already cut, so there's nothing to prepare there. And around here where I live in Northern California, a lot of times they like to serve you a chicken half at a barbecue, so if that's something you want to do, that's probably the way to go. Now the spatchcock chicken, it turned out really good, and it's a little bit cheaper to buy the whole chicken and cut the spine out like that. And cutting spine out was really easy with those pruning shears. Almost took no effort. It did take a little bit longer to cook than the halves, but hey, all in all, they all turned out good. So I wasn't disappointed with any of them, and I'm just calling it a toss-up. I was happy with it both ways. Thanks for watching, you guys, and I'll talk to you next time.